Spring is in full swing and we got more new gear coming at you. Not the most substantial gear change I've ever made, but in 2023, I'm going to be making the switch away from using the MSR mini groundhogs, and I'm going to be going to the Z-Packs tent stakes. They come in at 0.3 ounce per stake. I did have a full stable of mini groundhogs, but after a couple years of using rocks on the top of them to bash them into the ground, a couple of the heads have snapped off. So I decided to replace them, and instead of going with the red MSR mini groundhogs, I went with the blue with the orange cordage Z-Packs tent stakes, blue and orange. Those are the colors of my Edmonton Oilers. It was kind of a no-brainer. I couldn't really pass that up. And along with new tent stakes comes a new tent stake bag or tent stake pouch, whatever you want to call it. This is from Almonds Right. Pretty cool little design to it. It's in an angle. It's got a reinforced bottom. It's pretty roomy. It easily fits 10 of those Z-Packs tent stakes. I know I could fit a bunch more in there. It's got a nice little easy seal closure at the top. Just one of those gear changes that I made kind of just because I had just been using a sill stuff sack for my tent stakes, and I decided to upgrade to the Dynamo one, save myself a little bit of weight. It may not be a massive amount of weight, but this guy comes in at 4 grams, so it is ridiculously lightweight for a tent stake bag. Now in the past, I have shot a bunch of different videos on ways to save weight out of your backpack. One of the ways that I saved weight out of my bag in the past was cutting my toothbrush in half, and I got chirped for it pretty good. A lot of the trail Karens really didn't like my cutoff toothbrush, so I have decided to move away from the cutoff toothbrush and go even smaller, because Garage Grown Gear makes these cool little mini toothbrushes here with a nice little handle on them. These weigh 3 grams, so they are very, very lightweight. The big complaint that people make about these smaller cutoff toothbrushes or these micro toothbrushes is, you know, you're gonna get crap all over your hands, but I don't know, maybe I just have a really big mouth, I'm not really sure, but I can get to the back of my mouth no problem without, you know, my fingers getting in my mouth and getting touched by toothpaste whatsoever. So this little guy here is what I'm going to be going with for a toothbrush. Over the last couple years, I have tried out a bunch of different trekking poles, and we're making another trekking pole change. I am going to be going with the Get Out Gear Goat Sticks carbon fiber trekking poles. They're very, very lightweight. They come in at just over 8.5 ounces per trekking pole. They do have a full cork handle, very, very nice and comfortable. They've got that extra little foam grip on the bottom for choking up on for going uphill. Pretty standard strap on them. They've got metal flick locks, and they extend to 54 inches, which is really, really nice. If you've got a trekking pole tent, these are great to have. Now, seeing this site, you may think that hell has frozen over. Yeah, we got Matty sitting in a portable camp chair. This goes with the Goat Sticks trekking poles. This is the Trek Chair version 2.0 from Get Out Gear. More comfortable than the Helinox chairs, but I'm not really 100% sold on the chair. I will bring the chair out on some shorter backpacking trips. I don't think this is something I'm going to carry on a longer extended trip. It actually uses the trekking poles to create the back piece. It comes in at 1 pound, 4 ounces for the chair itself. That doesn't include the weight of your trekking poles. It does work with other trekking poles, so if you don't have the Goat Sticks trekking poles from Get Out Gear, you can use the standard trekking poles that you already have. They should work just fine. You know, there's so many people out there that love these chairs, and every time I say that I'm not a big fan, I get roasted for it. So I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna make an effort carrying the chair. I'm gonna try it out and see if this kind of improves things for me out there on trail. One of the things that I'm not the hugest fan about when it comes to the Trek chair is the fact that it uses the trekking poles for the back, because if I'm gonna go tent camping, I always use trekking pole tents. And one thing that would really drive me nuts is if I get to camp, I can't set my shelter up right away because I've got to use the trekking poles for my chair. But another new piece of gear that we're going with for 2023 is a new trekking pole tent. This is the Backbone 2-person tent from Featherstone. I know a lot of people really like the Moon Dance quilt from Featherstone, and this is their new trekking pole tent that they're coming out with. This is not released yet. This will be out in June of 2023. The 1-person is very similar. It's a 2-pole design tent. Lots of ventilation on the tent, very, very easy to set up. The 2-person comes in at 2 pounds, 11 ounces. That's a very, very roomy tent. You've got vestibules on either side. The vestibules are very good size, as you would expect for most trekking pole tents. And if you were wondering about the sleep setup I had inside the tent, that is the new Zenbivy core bed. This is the Zenbivy Core Bed 25. So this is going to be more your summer rated option. The difference between the core beds from Zenbivy and the light bed that I had previously shown, the core bed is very, very similar to the light bed. It's just more budget friendly. It comes with all the awesome features that you would expect from Zenbivy. It's got the nice fitted sheet that's going to hook directly up to your mattress. It's got the nice, easy to use hook and loop system for attaching the quilt to the bed. You've got the Kylie curve, which is the really cool cinch at the top here. But the core beds come in a 650 fill power down, so they're a more budget-friendly option compared to the light bed. While the core bed may be the more budget-friendly option from Zenbivy, you still get the really, really soft up against your skin fabrics. This is a very, very comfortable system to sleep in. So you get that Zenbivy quality, but not necessarily breaking the bank on this one. Really, really high quality product, again, from Zenbivy, as you would expect. And if you're interested in getting yourself a core bed or any of the other gear that I have shown in this video, there will be links in the description box down below where you can check those out and find any of the gear for yourself if you're interested. Now, the gear that I've shown in this video is not the only new gear that we're going with in 2023. I have previously shot another video on new gear that I'm using in 2023, and I will put a link to that right here, so check that out when you're done with this video. And as always, guys, I am Matty. Thank you so dang much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.